What's good, Real Family? It's your boy Trader Reels from Real Last Conversations, and it's episode number 39. And I'm here with one of my close friends from New Jersey, Lex P, and she's here to talk some real ass conversation with me right now. I'm gonna pass it over to her. She can drop all her social media platforms or her business pages. Let me hear some, Lex.
Right. What's up, guys? I'm Lex. I'm Lex underscore love93 on IG. And business page is heartbeat underscore nutrition. We're located in Oakland, New Jersey. Stop by and get yourself a healthy shake, acai bowl, waffle, donuts, or energy tea.
So, what's your favorite thing out the
What, at
whole memory?
heartbeat?
Yeah. At Heartbeat, what's your favorite thing on the menu?
I would say the strawberry cheesecake waffle.
Ooh, and that's under
Yeah.
300
And
calories.
everything on our menu is under 300 calories. Yep.
Ooh, okay. You got anything
Yeah.
chocolate, peanut buttery?
We have a
Any
Nutter Butterfinger. We have a Twix, a Snickers,
Reese
Oreo cookie
cups?
cheesecake shake. We have a white chocolate Reese's shake.
Okay. I like them Reese's now. I
Yeah.
fuck with that.
Yeah. It's a
Anyway, well, yeah, I love talking to Lex, especially like when we have talked for a long period of time, because we can always get catch up, and I always feel like we have in depth conversations, and she always give me a woman's point of view to where I can really understand it. And right now, there are a lot of things going on in the world. But before we get into all of that, I sent Lex a list of things we was going to talk about, but I saw something on Facebook I have to address. And this is a post that was like, a girl was excited because she finally got to hold her man's penis while he peed. So I just want to know, what is the fascination? Why do y'all like to do that? And why are y'all so aggressive when y'all do it?
So, was it done to you? Is that what you're saying?
It was done to me before very aggressively, and it threw me off because it was just like we got done doing what we had to do. I'm going to the bathroom for my after bathroom sex pee, and she like, can I grab it? And I'm just like, yeah. And she grabs it. I'm just like, whoa. Aim it first. Like, you can't just be. I'm not going to just pick. I'm not getting into all of that. I just want to know, what is the fascination? Because when she did do it, the smile on her face was from ear to ear. So I need
Yeah,
to know
she
the
was probably
fascination with
really
all of
good.
that.
So, I stayed away from this conversation on social media because I've done it because I mean it's cool. Like we don't have that. So,
It's like a guy saying, "Let me
you
grab you a
know,
pussy before you pee." Like, well, like who does that?
well, no, we don't have to grab anything to pee. We literally just sit there. There's no like y'all be playing games, y'all be
No,
whatever aiming and
y'all
stuff. Like
y'all think we
y'all have
play
something to
games.
do.
When we
Y'all
kids, we
have
play
something to
games. We
do.
grown adults, we just peeing. We ain't doing
Right,
trick
but
shots.
you're saying as a kid because it's new to you, right? So we don't have one, so it's always going to be helicopter for us.
Okay,
But I no longer request it.
you had your
I
fill.
think so. Yeah, I had my fill.
Had your fill. Okay. I mean,
They're cool.
uh,
They're things.
as long as you had your fill with it, I just needed to
We don't
know.
have nothing to play with. I mean, we got boobs, but
Butt, boobs, thighs. What do you mean?
it's
Everything
just
be
different.
moving.
Yeah, you see how you like it's fascinating to you because you don't have it. That's how women think of penis.
But
Sometimes some women, I don't know.
y'all can do it
Could
not in
just
the
be
bathroom
me.
though. Y'all can just grab. Y'all can just helicopter it in the bed one time. Y'all don't have to do it in the bathroom.
You gonna let your girl play helicopter? Because I asked to play helicopter and men tell me
Half the time, a girl do it anyway. Like, y'all just we
no.
not getting into all of that. All right, we getting a little too far deep into it. Let's push back a little
That's
bit.
funny.
All right, so
Can we also just address the fact that congratulations on the video podcast? You caught me on a day where I was taking my locks out and thus my homeless lookingness. So in the future, when we do this again, I'll make sure that I look less homeless.
I think you look good.
Yeah,
Thank you for
thank you,
taking the
Candace.
time to get everything ready
Hmm.
for this podcast when I gave you an hour. in I think 2 days in advance to get ready for it. But it's
Didn't know it
neither
was
here
on
nor there.
video.
Okay, I understand. I know for next time. So
Yeah,
for my
all the
next
other
guest,
podcasts, I was homeless. So,
all my next guests that coming on, you're going to be on video. So be ready. So I know
hmm
you saw the verses last week.
so one, I did not stay up for the verses,
You
but
saw the
I did
highlights.
watch all of the highlights.
Well,
Whew.
my question to you is, when the R&B get so gangster? Like, what? Like, I thought R&B content is supposed to be like sensual, soft for the ladies, but it was real a lot of aggression going on that night,
I
especially
think
from
everybody was
Sammy.
drunk.
Especially for Sammy. And I was telling my sister the other day, Sammy was giving me the energy of that nigga that be in a group that try to impress a girl so he get real aggressive for no reason. And you be like, bro,
See, I
like,
didn't see Sammy's.
you say you ain't see it?
I saw Mario. I didn't see Sammy's performance. I
He
saw Mario talking hella trash.
and no, in Mario defense, he came in the beginning real smooth. He was just like, hey, respect to you. You one of the only people in our generation who left the group and did your thing on a whole nother scale. And this nigga Omarion was just like, nigga, fuck you. Play the music. I'm about to watch you right now. And then that's when Mario was just like, oh, we on that type of
No, he
time.
had dancers come out and
But my
everything,
thing is,
yo.
he said he wasn't gonna do all that until it got crazy. But when Omarion came off crazy, and this is a thing too. I want to apologize to you, Mario. I thought you was going to get washed, man. I really did.
Mm,
Like, Omarion has
okay.
more hits than he do, but he just ain't. He just corny. Like, he corny in real life. Like, that's the sad part about it. Like, the watermelon, too much. You know
I
what I'm
really
saying?
thought that I thought that it was going to be like a good versus because, Omarion has like that persona of the unbotheredness and everything, especially with the stuff going on with his baby mom and the group. And I'm just like, nah, like, okay, yeah, he a king. He unbothered. He not worried about that. He coming out to have a good time. And then I saw it and I'm like, yeah, nah, this ain't it. This couldn't be the same Omarion from
It's
2 years ago.
and my thing is, it's like he's not bad. It's just something about him. You ever had that person where you just like, there's something about you I just don't like. It's like you a good person. I feel like you good to your family, to your wife, to your kids, but something about you just seems off. And that's how I look at Omarion sometimes. Cause it's just like every time I try to root for him, he do some cornball shit. And Mario just sang. Like literally, that's all he did. He didn't like he had like 3 hits that everybody knew, and the rest of the songs was all new. He just sung it to a T. That's how you know like the motherfuckers who don't drink and don't smoke, who just like take care of their voices. You know what I'm saying? Like
Be
sidebar,
humble.
sidebar. I saw the BET Awards, Jack Harlow performance. I thought it was great. I don't know whether you're a Jack Harlow fan or not.
Didn't watch.
It was good. He actually did it with Brandy. He had Brandy on a remix. You gotta watch it. It's pretty nice. But in some award shows, you can tell the people who take care of their voices. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who take care of
Yeah.
their voices, they don't really have auto tune, and then if they do have it, it had a real like minimal scale. But the ones who do, they be off key or the auto tune just be too crazy where you like you know that's not their voice. And to be
I
honest with you,
heard Givion's auto tune went crazy on the BET Awards.
but he still ain't sound
Well, what I
bad. I
saw.
mean, he still ain't sound bad, but I feel like social media be so quick to drag your ass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I feel like you get on that
Yeah.
stage and do it. Like there was like a couple things, people that was like off pitch, but Jevion already have like a unique voice, and I feel like it's not really
Yeah.
meant for. It's meant for a more intimate setting. His voice, you know what I'm saying? Like I really can't see him doing like big ass crowds because I don't feel like his voice get that loud. But it could have been the
Yeah,
equipment
that's
too.
true.
Could have been the equipment too.
Well, you could kind of tell that it was like the auto tune in the background that kind of
Yeah,
it
like
sounds
I
if
felt
you like really listen to it, it sounds a little computerized,
it sounded like
like
somebody
it
was
was
pushing the
off.
wrong like buttons on all. That's how it sounded like it was engineered to me. But that's me personally. But yeah, getting back into that, like I cannot be mad at Ray J. I don't care what nobody say. Ray J to me is just a likable person. Ray J is the opposite of a Morion to me.
Oh, he is so corny to me.
Ray J is not corny. He is hilarious and he is content gold.
He,
Everything Ray J is on is like just money. Like you can't say that,
he's
man.
corny.
He's not corny, man.
He's
Stop it.
corny.
And Ray J a thug too. That's why I said like they was fucking with Ray J, but Ray J really in that shit.
I mean, is he the? So why exactly do you like? I'm not even gonna say why do you like him. I'll ask why do you think he's not corny? That's my
Cause I
question.
feel like that's really Ray J. I feel like with Omarion, he tries to be cool and he's not cool. And I feel like Ray J, like, it's different when you know somebody authentic, like, authentic to themselves. And that's what I see in Ray
Mm,
J. And I never really see, like, Ray J to me is a person who just tries and succeeds. Random. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever had a person who just succeed because they actually, like, just try at it? Like, and he's not afraid to
mm.
look dumb trying. I feel like a lot of people be afraid of like what people may think of him, but like this dude making like shades, earbuds, all this other random stuff, and he making money off of it. And I can't hate
I
all.
did have his Raycons.
That's what I said. I can't hate the man, and I personally find him funny. Like I personally find him funny. I don't really find like besides the Morion dancing, like what other stuff am I getting from this man?
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you
I
that.
feel like women do find him attractive, but like all I can see, like for me, I can say he could dance, and I feel like he okay at that. He okay.
His brother looked better.
Every girl say that, but like still, it's like get your brother off the fucking stage. Like that's another thing.
Eating watermelon.
Yeah, get his ass off the stage. Nobody wants to. Like who told him to
Disgusting.
come up here? That's his only job was
He
eating watermelon.
did. I think they said the origins of that was they were on like IG Live or something, and his brother was eating watermelon, and all the girls was pretty much going crazy. Like they were having a conversation like this, and he was eating watermelon. That's what I hear.
Mm.
And yeah, it could be sexy, like just watching a man eat fruit. Like, okay, yeah, but trying to incorporate that into a performance was a bit much. So
And I heard his concerts at the Millennium Tour be better. So that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I haven't seen him perform in
yeah,
person, but a lot of people were saying like, "Yo, stick to the script. You're doing way more than you normally do." And I feel like he really went in there thinking like, "Oh, I'm this nigga, I'm that nigga, and I'm just gonna just went off my catalog." And Mario said, "No, nigga." Like he said, "Y'all niggas sound
oh,
crazy."
he did. He was like, "Yo, stop,
Yo,
stop! Like it
he was
sounds
like Jeremiah,
terrible."
don't man. And you know what? I feel bad. I made fun of Jeremiah, but I forgot he was on a ventilator for like a year and a half off of COVID last year. And maybe his voice wasn't all the way there, his body wasn't to it. But I blame Omarion for for setting him up like that. Like they set that man up. Y'all knew for a fact
I
this
think
man was
everybody was drunk.
true. Everybody was drunk, but Mario. I don't. Yeah, everybody was drunk with Mario. I don't think Mario would drink. I
No,
think Mario would just like these niggas really can't sing. Like, like I'm about to get a check off this shit. Like literally, like Mario stock wrote like the two best voices of that night was Mario and it was Sammy, but it was like the tail of two coins. It's like Mario stock rose, but I feel like Sammy's stock kind of went down because it was just like he's too much of a liability. You know what I'm saying? Like he was really wilding like that night, like snatching
I didn't
mics,
see anything he did.
singing over
What? I see. I didn't see that.
snatching mics, singing over other artists' songs. Like he's singing he's telling him like I can sing a song better than you. Like I should have had that song. Like he was being disrespectful to the point where it's like, all right, bro. Like at first it was cool, but it was just like, bro, like take it down a few notches, just a few.
I mean, uh, I say talk your shit if you really about it. I guess if it means something to you, or I mean, if you got it to back up, then go for it. I don't care. I felt like Mario, he had it. I didn't see any of Sammy's, regardless of how. If everybody's coming crazy, I'm not gonna fault him for being crazy too, especially if
Everybody
his voice was backing it up.
Pleasure P and Sammy was coming crazy, like aggressive, but they were singing well. The other motherfucker was just coming crazy, as in like comedy. Like it was like, all right, this is too humorous right now. But all right, so
Can't take these people serious.
let's go to the next topic. All right, so this is something else I seen today, and this is the biggest topic right now: McDonald's.
Oh Lord.
So there's a video out there of a woman waiting for one of her baby fathers, and she says, "I have 4 kids, and this man always bring McDonald's just for his kids. He is trifling. Watch, I'm gonna catch him on camera. He pulls up, and she like, what you got? A sandwich and one drink? Yeah, for my son. You trifling." Started cursing him out like, I'm gonna get your camera. He was like, bro, what? She was like, the dude was like, what are you doing? Like, you look crazy right now. And everybody going back and forth saying, was he wrong? Was he right? What do you think?
I don't think he was wrong. Um, I mean, you could do it. His child is his responsibility, not anybody else's.
What?
From a child standpoint, I could kind of see where, a kid would be like, well, he gets all the good snacks or he gets the good food, and they would be a little bit hurt by it. But then you need to tell the other fathers to step up.
Yeah, tell your dad to
Like,
step up.
it's not his
Tell your dad to stop being a
responsibility.
deadbeat. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
It's not his responsibility. He's to me he seems like a good dad other than the fact that he's feeding his kid McDonald's, but
And she said daily. She said daily too. She like he brings it to him daily. I said, damn, what a balanced
like
meal. Like, and the
all
funniest thing
right.
about it is like what took me off guard with her. She was just, at the end. She was like, I don't get my food stamps till next week. This is like, all right, so you ain't saved your money yet. Like, well, and where are these other people dads at? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like to me,
I just that whole thing is crazy to me.
to me,
I don't
it's funny because I also saw other people saying like, "Hey, I would have bought the kids food to be petty and not the mom, so I can show the kids that I'm the best dad out of all the dads." But I feel like that's just I don't know. I feel like whatever you do is right. I feel like if you want to be a person to be like, "Hey, I want to get everybody something to eat," that's nice of you. If you just want to take care of your kid, nothing wrong with that either. Like you're not obligated. Like this is a mother responsibility. It's her children. He's not with this woman. I understand. I think it would be different if he was dating her still. You know what I'm saying? Like if he was like the last baby father,
right.
like like he was the last string. You know what I'm saying? He was still there. Then I can understand you be like, all right, I'm gonna be the one to step up and be a man. But obviously, you can't keep a man. Let's be frank.
Also that yeah, that's true. But at the same time, he did kind of get with her knowing that she had 4 other kids. So it's like, why would you even shoot that club up? So it kind of goes
Cause
hand in
sometimes those
hand.
moms be out in the club one night. They don't tell you they got no other kids. They out there having fun. They have a kid free night. They're like, ooh, I got the mom's babysitting the kids.
So you
I'm
shooting up
having
the
fun.
club.
I ain't talking about myself. I'm talking about the average adult. And I put money, if y'all girls had what we had, y'all be shooting up the club too.
No, I think women are a little bit more responsible than that. Well, I'll say this: if men were actually stuck with the children in situations like that, I feel like y'all would shoot up the club less.
I don't know. I
Hmm.
personally, I don't think that
Hmm.
is true. But my thing is, I
Hmm.
don't want to shoot the club up. I say pull out or wrap up. Do that, fellas. Stay out these streets.
Hmm.
But going into the to pull out and wrap up, let's get a little serious now. So this whole Roe versus Wade thing going on, and honestly,
Yeah.
I woke up Friday and I just saw social media going crazy and I turned my phone off. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but these women are upset. So, I had some conversations, with, of course, men. Of course, men about the situation, but I wanted to get a woman point of view on it because I didn't know that, it wasn't how it was explained to me was Roe versus Wade wasn't really ever a law put in the Constitution. It was just kind of like, a case where it was like, all right, women have the right to get an abortion off of a case, like I think in the 70s or 60s or something like that. Who knows?
Mhm.
and they base it off of the 14th Amendment. And I guess the Supreme Court this time was just saying like, hey, back then it was often an interpretation of the 14th Amendment, and we don't think that constitutes that every woman should have a constitutional right to have an abortion, pretty much. So after me like me listen to that, my whole thing is like, what do you think is like the main the main issue women have with the Supreme Court in their decision last week?
Okay. Um, well, so I'm really indifferent about it. I do think that I feel like women are using abortion as a plan B, and that's not okay. I think that there should still be protections for the women who are raped and don't say anything, or who have a septic uterus or ectopic pregnancy and they need to abort, or incest or something like that. Um, for the people that's just like, oh, shot up the club again, girls, and have memberships to abortion clinics, I don't support that. But I do still think that there should be some protections in line for women that actually need it, or they die type situation. Like if you have a ectopic pregnancy where your baby is growing in your tube and not your uterus, it's a teeny tiny tube and a giant baby. Like as the baby grows, you're going to bleed out into your abdomen and it's going to kill you. So the only way to stop that is an abortion.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, I think that the only reason why it was even overturned after all of these years is because white people are now becoming the minority. So they
I
want to
saw
protect
that it
their
said
own.
something about they want white women to keep their babies.
Yeah, they're becoming, and I forgot what the projections was. I think like 100 years or something like that. They gave an actual date, but yeah, everyone would either be mixed or of color. There's not going to be pure white people because of how accessible abortion is.
That's crazy. It's
Yeah.
to me, it's just I'm indifferent about it too, because like part of me is just like, hey, you should be responsible, take care of your life. But another part of me is just like, I don't know what shoes that person is walking in. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like everything is so up to subject. Like I was talking to one of my coworkers today, and he was just saying like, well, I feel like if you'll kill your kid, then you might as well just put a gun in everybody's hand. I was like, I feel like that's so drastic, and he was just like, no, because it's like if you're okay killing a an embryo with a heartbeat, or a baby with a heartbeat or something like that, then you're a bad person. Like he was like, you're killing like something like a life. So he's like, I don't really agree with pro-choice. And I was just like, well, there's so many things. I'm like, it's easy for you to say because like you're just you're a male who doing good for yourself. You have a woman, like you haven't really been like you
Mm-hmm.
haven't been raped before, like you haven't went through like half the stuff some of these girls go through, and you even bringing up the whole like it being caught in one of your tubes and maybe tearing something. I didn't even think about that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that
And
bring
it's
up
very common. I know a lot of women that had to go through that.
and to me it's just like I can't tell a woman what to do. But can I ask you a question? Do you think it's more deadlier to have a baby or to get an abortion?
As a black woman, might be, damn, that's kind of hard. That's a really good question.
Because I want to know, like, because my coworker always telling me like there's also like a bunch of agencies out there that are willing to adopt the babies that people can't take care of,
That's,
and
see, that's
are
bullshit.
break
I'm
it down,
sorry. I
break it
hate
down
when
to
people use that. I
break it
really
down.
hate that
Because I was telling
because
him, I said I don't really know. I'm not that well versed in this for me to even give that argument. So I'm gonna give you the floor.
look at the foster care system. They're overrun. They're literally what just today didn't they find what was it was it 47 bodies in the truck for sex
Extravagant.
trafficking and all
Yeah.
that other good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of foster children fall into that. The foster care system is overrun and shit, and that's the reason why. What was that big case that happened during the pandemic? Gabriel,
I don't even know.
I forgot his name, but I mean, he was with his parents, and people were calling, DIFUS and trying to get him at, and they beat him to death. Like he was in cages. He was. You can't make somebody be a parent or a good parent at that. There's really some sick people out here.
Yeah, just cause you want
Sick
a kid don't
people.
mean you should have a kid.
Yeah, or people think that it's all fairy tales and pictures to social media, and they realize that no, it's really hard. Some people really lose their minds, or some people are just trash and they abuse their children or they molest their children. It's really a lot. So I think it shouldn't be a political thing.
I
Now, I'm not pro choice or
pro life.
yeah, it's like
You sound
I
you,
don't
you
think
sound like
that we
you're
should
pro
be killing our
circumstance.
babies.
You're pro circumstance.
Yeah, yeah, pro circumstance because I definitely don't think that people, especially black people, should be aborting their babies at the rate that they are. We're 4 times, we pretty much quadruple white abortions,
And isn't
and
Planned
we're over half
Parenthoods
black abortions.
isn't Planned Parenthoods only in black neighborhoods?
Could be,
No, that no,
but
that, no,
that's
no,
not.
no that's a fact. That's why I said like planned like they literally
Oh,
put Planned Parenthoods and like poverty stricken or black neighborhoods because they want
hmm.
us to kill our own kids. Like Planned
Oh
Parenthood,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Planned Parenthood was like founded by a racist, like a female racist. You know what I'm saying? Like she was a known
Yeah,
racist.
it was a part of the eugenics. Not eugenics. No, yeah, eugenics. Yes.
I think you said it right. Yeah.
Yeah, the eugenics.
Word of
So it
the
was birth
day.
control. So it was birth control. It was Planned Parenthood. Um, hell, a lot of the stuff, vaccinations and stuff. We have black women have the worst health care. I can go into a doctor with the same complaints as a white counterpart, and they're taken seriously, and I'm not.
I
And I
was
know that through experience.
I was talking to my mom the other day about that. I was like, yo, I don't like white doctors. Like, and it's funny, I haven't had a black doctor yet, but the only a doctor I ever liked was Asian. Like the Asian ones be pretty cool, but the white
Yeah.
ones, I go in there and it's just like I feel like they just doing procedure where it's like they don't really listen to you. They just going down a checklist, like check one, check two, check three. All right, give me your $40 and leave. And I don't
Mm,
like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like they actually care about you. Like I had an Asian doctor. He actually sat down and like would tell me about his life and stuff. And I was just like, damn, like this dude like really seems to care. Cause he was giving me like his own life experiences to like make me understand about what I was going through at the time. And I was like, all right, like he's
mm,
like he really want me to understand what's going on right now. And when you know somebody been through where you've been through, we know when somebody's been through what you've been through, you feel comfortable with that person. But when somebody just like, all right, heartbeat, blood pressure, all right, sign this, you good to go. It's like bullshit.
yeah, it's hard finding quality care. It is, and especially for our community. But it's really tough. My situation is I have endometriosis, which wasn't even um diagnosed until 2 years ago, but I've been suffering from it since my teens.
And what's that
So you
again?
know how so endometriosis is when you have scar tissue around your uterus. So I don't know if you ever recall, like girls in high school, whenever they got their menstrual, they would be like out of it, or they wouldn't come to school, or they would be in a lot of pain.
Or to be in
Um,
a nurse office.
Yeah, it gets really painful. And I was at the point where I was going to the hospital every month. And obviously, they didn't take me seriously. They thought, like, oh, she's just trying to get drugs or whatever the case may be. I'm like, no, I really feel like I'm dying. So, I mean, I would go to my doctor. I was doing the right things. I would go to my doctor, and they always try to throw birth control at you, which is poison. None of that worked. Um, and this one doctor was just like, yeah, well, you should have a hysterectomy if you're in that much pain, like dismissive, like that, meaning like to cut out my entire uterus. I would never be able to have kids if I wanted to, or any of that. Just get rid of the whole thing if you're in that much pain, instead of let's figure out what the hell is going on, what's wrong. There was no diagnosis of it. They just was, oh, you're in pain. Are you? Are you sure? How bad is it? Like, questioning me. So,
Make you feel like
I
you're
mean,
not,
luckily I
makes you
have
feel
a
like you
doctor
lying or
now.
making you feel like you over dramatic or some shit. That's
Yeah,
wild.
and I'm like, I know it can't be like this for everybody else. I mean, throwing up, like it was really bad. And luckily, somebody on Facebook was just like, "Oh, you know what? I'm going through the same thing," or she posted something about it, and like I private messaged her, and I'm just like, "Hey, like, can you send me the link of the stuff that you was talking about and stuff?" And she was just like, "Yeah, I go through the same thing." Like I didn't know how many people actually have that, or PCOS or fibroids, and like we have real life issues, and we have to fight the pain and just go on through life and go to work and cook and take care of kids and clean and do all of these other things. So I think that we got it kind of bad, but I still think that the healthcare system should really be trying to help us.
No, and
So
that's facts. But it's all a money game. That's one thing I kind
oh
of
yeah,
go back to the Roe versus Wade thing too. Is just I just hate that a small group of people can dictate what a large mass can do. Like even if it's like just state to state. I don't like the fact that like 24 people can decide, like 12 or 24 people, however many it is, can decide what that whole state does. And half of them,
old white men
and most of
too.
them be old white men. They're not in our demographic. They're out of the times, and it's just like they shouldn't be dictating how we like should live our lives. But that also goes back to us and who we vote. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't complain and not be voting either. So, I mean, it's a twisted game, but I feel like it's hard when you know that somebody has long money. When I say that, it's just like when somebody is like has so much history in politics and with people and have connections, it's almost like they have more resources to get to where they need to be than somebody who actually is preaching some stuff that's going to make some true change. Because it's like you need money and finance to get your name out there. You got to have media exposure. You got to have marketing. But sometimes when you're a smaller person, you don't got all of that. And it goes
Yeah.
back to us, just empowering the people who really are trying to do a difference in our neighborhood. So if you know somebody trying to do a difference in your neighborhood, like, really get behind that person and just, even if it's something small, just help them keep the movement going.
Right. Yeah, I don't think anything like that should be politics. And we obviously know it has nothing to do with the protection of kids when they can't stop people from shooting up schools, can't keep kids safe. It has everything to do with power. And I mean, most of these men don't even know where the clit is to even be talking about women's bodies. Can't really help us in the healthcare field, don't give us enough time off from work after having kids. You got to go back to work, no universal health care. Like it's all a sham. But I do have to adamantly say I don't think that people should just be out here going to the chop shop because they allowing people to shoot up their club and not taking the necessary precautions. So
Exactly. And a lot of people say like this is like the gateway drug towards gay marriage rights, against like banning of like contraceptives and morning after pills, different things like that. Do you feel like that's
he
where
did
it's
say
going?
that. Yeah. After this, I mean, yes, absolutely. I don't think as far as gay marriages right now, I think that white people are a little shook that they're about to be wiped. Like their white race is at stake at this point. So they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that they can prevent that. So if that means stopping two women from getting married to white women because they don't care about whether they're black or brown or anything. But the contraceptives, if that's going to make them have more babies, then yeah, I think that that's not too far
They really
fetched.
want this nut. God damn. Golly,
It's
it's
crazy, but
kind of
I don't think it's
creepy.
far fetched. Don't
Damn,
think it's far
man.
fetched at
Need
all.
that morning after pill. Need that.
Man,
Some things
think
happen,
better use
man.
them free condoms that they be giving out
Oh, they'll be the worst
at
kind. They'll be
doctor's
them
offices.
Dorexes. Nah, B.
All right, well,
I don't really
welcome to parenthood, Panda. You in Texas too.
Nah, I be using them. I be using them skins, yo. You know,
Okay.
that's even for those girls who are allergic to latex. That's for y'all too. Wide variety of things that I can do with that. But now I've been doing
Oh
decent,
my god.
yo. The skin's been doing decent. But all right, so we was on a serious topic. Let's get on a lighter note. Let me find something. All right, it's actually not even a lighter note. It's actually something I was actually getting in a debate with my sister with. Do you feel if you
Mm,
don't talk to you in a relationship, right?
I'm dating.
All right, the person I don't even want to say that. I feel like in the talking stage, this is a must. But say you're in a 1 year or 2 year relationship with a person, right? If you don't hear from that person for one day, how would you react?
Like the whole day?
Like the whole day, like
Uh, I can't say that I'm that okay with that. And I've read everything where people are like, "Oh, it's codependency and all that other good stuff." But me, I'm probably just dramatic, and I always think that something bad could happen or something like that. So I would expect to hear from my significant other every day. And it doesn't even have to be like, oh, let's stay on the phone or let's be on FaceTime or let's be texting back and forth all day, but something quick like, hey, good morning.
what if he had a long day of travel? What if you dating a boss ass dude? He got a 14-hour
Hmm.
flight to China, right? He get there,
Hmm.
red eye, he knocks out. That's about 24 hours. He ain't talked to you that whole day. Are you going to be upset when you know he out there handling his business?
I'm more of a text me when you land type person. Like I don't need to have a full blown conversation,
Uh,
but I do want the reassurance that
uh,
you're okay. I don't date outside my race, so I'll be dating a black man and anything could happen. Car accidents happen, just anything. You just let me know when you
all
land.
right. Let me ask. This is better for you. All right. Let me. This is how I would do it. Cause
Okay.
future Miss Mabel, I'm gonna let you know this before we even start dating. I'm gonna need me one personal day. Wednesday, I don't need no communication. If you had a man that told you that, if you had a man that told you that, would you be upset about it, or would you be like, all right, he told me that he needs one personal day to himself. It's Wednesday. I'm gonna respect that. Or would you be like, what is this nigga doing on Wednesday, and why did he want that one day off?
Okay, so let me ask you a question then.
Go ahead.
Before I answer your question, I
Mm-hmm.
want to ask you a question.
Okay.
You said future Mrs. Mabel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're married. You guys have a house together.
Mm-hmm.
You, how do you not speak to your wife for 24 hours?
I mean, people work different shifts too. Like I know people that work two different shifts, and you might see each other in passing. But if I say, hey, say we have a, I can't even say all. I'm trying to get this right.
See, yeah, you. I think
No,
you're
no.
thinking, oh yeah, dating wise, but
No,
you talking
I ain't talking
about
about no
you gonna
dating.
be
What
sharing your life
I
with
feel like if you
somebody.
dating, it's even worse then because it's just like, all right, well, what's really going on? But I feel like if you with your partner and you know your partner, and he's like, all right, I need to date him myself, or you be like, hey, I'm taking this day to be with the girls all day. I need a little break. I will be like, all right, do your thing. I want my wife to have a life outside of me. I don't want me to be all of her joy. I want me to be part of her joy. I want her to have some vacation days with her friends. I want her to take time out to experience life with different people, not romantically, but like when it comes to just living
Yeah,
life. And I don't feel like that's a
I get
wrong.
that.
And I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I feel like if a guy's like, hey, once a month, I'm going on a fishing trip with me and my buddies. I want this time to myself. I don't really want text during that time. Let me just say, I'm gonna say to say for if it's a long time, like if it's more than 2 days, that's wilding. But for one day, like, hey, I just want like no electronics, peace me and my fellas, be fishing. If he tells you that and explains it to you, I feel like there should be no issues. I feel like if out of nowhere he just don't talk to you, then there's an issue. But if you know a reason why, like, all right, like my man work hard, he do everything at home. All he wants is one day a month.
I don't see that. I don't see an issue with it in that aspect. But if you're talking about, oh, he's traveling for business or something like that, like my dad, he used to go on fishing trips with his dad. My mom didn't give a fuck. We don't look. We don't really want to be up under y'all. Y'all annoying as hell too. Like sometimes we appreciate not
You.
needing to be up under y'all all the time. So no, that's a perfect time for us to go out, go get brunch with our girls and stuff like that. I just think that for me, it's a security of it. Like just hey, we don't even have to talk. Just hey, I landed, going to bed. All right, love you, bye, peace. Like it don't have to be no conversation. I don't need to know how your day was. If you need a day, you need a day. It's completely fine. But if you're saying you're gonna be out of the house or traveling, getting on planes, getting on boats and stuff like that, no, I want to know that you're safe. I think that that's fair. It's not a
I can respect
conversation.
that. I can respect
I was
that.
gonna say a
I
quick
just
text
I
because if you're gonna be on social media, which most of the time y'all are, anybody is anyway,
what
you
if his
could
phone
shoot
died?
a
What if
quick.
his phone died on the flight
Okay, well if
and he
your
forgot his
phone is
charger
silent,
and he forgot his? I'm just saying things happen. I'm just
okay, things
saying.
happen, yes, but I would still want to know when you land. Like, shoot me a text. I'll probably be asleep. I don't know. I like my sleep, or I'll be out, or whatever. But just that peace of mind in the back of my mind is like, I know he's okay. To me, that just makes all the difference. It's respecting,
Because you want to protect black men.
of course. My friends are like
You
that.
see
My
that? You see that? You see that right there? Black woman, fellas, protect them. Protect them.
oh my goodness, my literally my friends. I do that to my friends too. I guess it could be a me thing, but that's just not gonna stop. My friends, if we're all out somewhere, I don't care who got the farthest drive. I'm staying up until you get home, and then I'm going to sleep or whatever. Just shoot me a text at your home. You don't gotta call me. My friends, they send me the little the little house emoji. Baby D, she sends the one with the tree. My best friend Tamir, he sends me like the little crack house looking one with the boarded up windows. Yeah, he sends that one. And cool, I know I'm good. I'm going to sleep. It's lit. That's it.
All right. I appreciate your time today. I don't want to make this
Hmm.
podcast too long. I know I got you out here late and you wasn't fully prepared, but you made time for your boy, and I appreciate that.
I did. I did. Thanks, Panda.
Not anytime. Yeah, I always enjoy having you on, and we definitely want to have to do this again. And I definitely will give you ample amount of time and information on what we will be, what will happen during the podcast. So I don't want to throw any curveballs at you or anything like that. But I really think you did open my eyes up to a lot of different things, especially with the Roe versus Wade case. There was like a march going on down here, like downtown Dallas. I was getting like real hectic, and it's serious. You know what I mean? And I feel like at the end of the day, like you shouldn't be able to tell anybody what to do with their private parts. Like it's like if it, like you don't like you don't have it, it's not yours. Mind your business. But that's just my personal opinion with that. But should be your boy.
Vasectomies are covered by insurance, by the way.
Say it again.
Just so y'all know. Vasectomies are covered by insurance if y'all are
But
worried.
y'all want that nut though. Y'all want kids, don't y'all? Y'all want us to get the snip snip.
It's reversible.
All right, man. You want to drop your social media? You want to drop your social media
Yeah.
again for them?
That's funny. Social media IG is Lex underscore love 93. Business page is heartbeat underscore nutrition.
And I'm gonna drop
You're
all
funny.
her information underneath as well. Also, support this podcast. Please support. I want to keep this thing growing. I want to keep adding more things to this podcast. So go to my Patreon, www.patreon.com/RAC podcast, or just go to my Cash App. It's a cash symbol, Trader Mabel. However you want to do it, but I will appreciate any contribution. It will go straight to this podcast. I promise. But it's been your boy. It's been real. Peace.